All right, let's dive into a really fascinating legal puzzle. How in the world do you prove an agreement that was made completely in secret? With no witnesses, no paper trail, nothing. It sounds kind of impossible, right? Well, the law actually has a surprisingly elegant answer. I mean, really think about it for a second. So much criminal activity, especially the organized kind, depends on these secret plans and unspoken understandings. If prosecutors needed a signed contract or secret recording for every single conspiracy, a whole lot of criminals would just walk free. So, how does the justice system get around that? Well, the answer isn't some fancy new piece of technology or a secret investigative trick. Nope. It's a powerful and honestly pretty old legal principle that was crafted by the courts to see right through those shadows. And there it is, this one sentence. This is the key to everything. It is the tool that lets the law prove a secret. What it's basically saying is, hey, we don't need to hear you make the plan. We just need to see you carry it out. Now, this isn't just some abstract theory. This is established law. This principle gets brought up and upheld in tons of court decisions, like this one you see here, USA versus Calderone. It's cases like this that give the principle its real-world authority inside a courtroom. Okay, so to really get a grip on the power packed into that one sentence, we've got to break it down. There are a few key legal terms in there: conspiracy, inference, and conduct, and we really need to understand what each one means. First up, conspiracy. It sounds super dramatic, right? But in legal terms, it's actually very specific. It's not about wild theories. It's about a concrete, secret agreement between two or more people to do something illegal. The absolute core of a conspiracy is the agreement itself. Next up is inference. And this is the engine that makes the whole principle run. An inference isn't a guess. It's not a hunch. It's a logical conclusion that you draw based on evidence. It's all about connecting the dots to see a picture that isn't being shown to you directly. This chart shows the difference perfectly. Direct evidence, that's like the smoking gun. You've got a video or a signed confession. It proves a fact all by itself. But circumstantial evidence, that's different. It's more like a series of puzzle pieces, a pattern of suspicious actions that when you put them all together, they allow you to infer the truth. The legal principle we're talking about relies completely on the power of this second type of evidence. So that brings us to the most important part of all, the conduct. This is where the theory hits the pavement. The law looks at what people actually do, because, let's be honest, actions can reveal a plan way more truthfully than words ever could. Okay, let's walk through a quick scenario. Imagine this. Person A is on a street corner, just kind of looking around, acting as a lookout. Person B walks up, they make eye contact, and they give each other this tiny knowing nod. Then, right on cue, Person A causes a loud distraction, which gives Person B the perfect chance to snatch a bag. And then, poof, they both run off. Now, each little step, by itself, might seem minor, but when you put them all together, they tell a very clear story. Of course not. Come on. There's no email chain planning the heist, no text messages back and forth. There is zero direct proof that they ever even spoke about it. If you were looking for direct evidence of their agreement, you'd come up with absolutely nothing. And here it is. This is the big aha moment. It doesn't matter that there's no direct proof. They're perfectly coordinated actions. The lookouts, the nod, the timed distraction, the coordinated escape, that is the evidence. Their conduct is what allows a court to infer that a secret plan had to exist. The agreement is proven by what they did together, not by anything they said. So you might be thinking, okay, that's a clever legal idea. But why is this one sentence so incredibly important? Well, its impact goes way beyond just one court case. It's really a cornerstone of how our justice system goes after complex criminal activity. For one, this principle is all about accountability. It stops criminals from getting away with things just by hiding behind the fact that there's no paper trail. It rightly puts the focus on behavior, on conduct, which is often so much more revealing than words. And when it comes to taking on sophisticated criminal groups that love to operate in the shadows, this tool isn't just useful, it's absolutely essential. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought to chew on. This whole idea of figuring out what someone intends to do based on their actions, that's not just a legal thing, is it? We do this every single day, in our relationships, at work, just watching people out in the world. It really makes you wonder, how much of our understanding of everything is built not on what people say, but on what we see them do? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.